Senator Scott, up to you.
Thank you, Chairwoman. First off, thanks everybody for your willingness to serve. Thank you for the sacrifice you've given and your families. You know, when I joined at 18, I joined the Navy. If I think back, I could tell you who the president was, but I never thought about that. I never thought about the politics of being in the service. I went in because I wanted to serve. And there's a perception now that the military has become political. It's you know, for whoever is the commander in chief. The Reagan Institute survey found, they said that the public's confidence in the military is dropping. Yeah, fortunately, it's not at the level of Congress or the media, but it's lower than it has been. So they said that the primary influencers, like military parents or relatives, teachers, coaches, are less likely to encourage young people to go into the military because of the military has become political. So can each of you talk about, do you believe that's true? Is that what you're hearing? And what if it is, you know, how are you dealing with? You want to start, Joan Davis?
Yeah, thanks, sir. If I can add, and I've talked to many applicants, families, influencers across the nation, and I would tell you one of the major things that comes up is really awareness. And I think this awareness is very critical as this population. So I'll provide two examples. You know, first we have in certain high schools during COVID without recruiters, so that's an entire, you know, two really, you know, coming of age generations without information to really understand the power of service. And the other population of influencers, and I use always my own example. When I grew up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, my grandfather was a World War II vet. I spent a lot of time with him, but many of the homeowners on the north side of Milwaukee were also World War II or Korea War vets. Now, they were the ones that really answered my questions as a young 10 or 11-year-old whenever I had an idea of service, because they all spoke of it whenever they came together. And I was always intrigued and had many, many questions. That's not the same today as in terms of that population. So, I mean, I've served and I've moved all over the world with my family, and we've been sometimes the only Army family in a neighborhood off post. So I think this is awareness is a key category. Again, sir, that is one of the things that really come up.
So that makes sense. But what do you think of this polarization? You know, there's this perception now that the military is a political part of whoever is in the White House. So are you not hearing that? Do you think this is?
And sir, I've talked to many families. I'm not hearing that, certainly at the level that is what.
Have you seen that report that they?
I have, sir.
Yeah. Okay. You just didn't make sense to you.
Okay, sir.
Admiral.
Sir, thank you. Likewise, we're not seeing that in the young women and men that we're recruiting. Through our marketing and advertising, we want to show the ability for every American to be successful, and those are the stories that we share through authentic experiences and relating with the American public that we serve. As you've mentioned, 40 years ago, if you had 10 dinner tables, 4 in 10 of those dinner tables would have had a parent, a teacher who served. Today, it's roughly 1 in 10. So we are trying to fill that narrative space about the positivity and benefits of service that isn't happening around the dinner table.
General.
Senator, thank you for the question. We aggressively compete for the best talent in every gender and demographic group in the country, period. We do this by projecting our ethos and core values of honor, courage, commitment, and we find that young men and women of character who want to be part of something bigger than themselves are responding to that call.
And so you're not hearing from the potential recruits that the military has become political?
Senator, we're not hearing that. That's not a part of the recruiting pitch. That's not part of who we are.
That's not what you're not getting asked. So,
Senator, no.
Okay.
Senator, like my joint colleagues here, I think the story is very similar. That does not resonate with the issues that are on the minds of the recruits from my recruiting force. I think General Davis captured it as well as the others. I think this is about awareness and telling our story and making sure that you know, that divide that Admiral Walker brought out about how many have that common understanding of military service. is very, very important. And that's on me to be able to do, to ensure that our recruiters, every airman and guardian in our air and space forces are charged to be recruiters and tell that story. And within that story, we are an apolitical entity by nature.
So you're not hearing it either?
No, sir.
Thanks.
All right.